It was a dark and dreary day as the sun rose on June 6, 1944. It was nearly 7:30 in the morning. Waves of up to 6 feet battered the landing craft that Private Ken Cooke, from the 3rd Infantry Division of the British Army, was packed in with the rest of his unit. It was nearly 7:30 in the morning. Ken tried to focus on the job at hand, making it alive to their designated beach, Sword Beach, which was drawing ever closer in the distance. Already he could hear the clatter of the MG-42, Hitler's buzzsaw, raining down bullets on the invasion force with devastating and rapid fire. Suddenly, the landing craft lurched to a stop. Ken slammed into the man in front of him, almost knocking both of them over. He heard a whistle as the moment he dreaded came. The ramp suddenly came down, and the men of his unit stormed out into a hail of machine gun bullets and rifle fire. Men fell left and right. He jumped straight into the water, the cold waters of the English Channel washing up to his waist as he moved as fast as he could. His pack dragged him sideways. He jumped straight into the water, the cold waters of the British Channel washing up to his waist as he moved as fast as he could. His pack dragged him sideways. Ken made a run for it. It seemed as if every German machine gun and rifle was trained against him as tracers whipped past him. Another man fell beside him, but he willed his legs to continue. He ran for what seemed like an eternity. With a final leap, he slammed his body against the sand dune. He was in disbelief. This couldn't be real. Sword Beach burned in front of him, and German guns were awake. A machine gun bunker to the left opened up, sweeping the beach exit with mechanical precision. Men dropped mid-stride, their momentum carrying them forward even as they fell. Ken felt the bullets cracking overhead so close he felt the air move. A machine gun bunker to the left opened up, sweeping the beach exit with mechanical precision. His heart hammered against his ribs, wild and uncontrollable. His hands shook so badly he had to force them to grip the rifle. His heart hammered against his ribs, wild and uncontrollable. His hands shook so badly he had to force them to grip the rifle. Their section leader was down. No orders came. No voice cut through the noise. Just screaming. And fire. Every second spent lying still felt like borrowed time. Cooke understood the choice with sudden, terrible clarity. He could stay where he was and be cut to pieces, or move, and accept whatever came next. They eventually reached the bunker. They threw themselves into a shallow dip in the sand, gasping, choking on smoke and salt. Another soldier rose and fired point blank into the bunker slit. Ken took a grenade and threw it inside the bunker. Moments later, the grenade exploded. The gun stopped. The silence that followed was thin and fragile, but it was real. Cooke didn't feel relief. Only the sick understanding that the beach was not finished with them yet. Ken breathed a sigh of relief. But it was too soon. Orders came down the line: keep moving. Stopping meant drawing fire. Stopping meant dying in place. As Cooke scrambled, he saw a curious shape lying broken in the surf. It was another soldier exposed near the surf, his leg twisted beneath him, fingers digging uselessly into the sand as he tried to avoid the machine gun and rifle fire around him. He was crying. Cooke froze. He knew what the order meant. He knew what going back would cost. No one else turned around. Cooke did. He ran back into the open, every step a gamble. Mortars fell closer now. Bullets snapped past his head, close enough to make him flinch, to make him want to dive into the sand and stay there forever. He reached the wounded soldier, grabbed his webbing, and hauled him upright. The weight nearly pulled them both down. Cooke staggered, cursed, forced his legs to keep moving. His lungs burned like fire. His arms screamed. The world narrowed to a single goal: the dunes. A round cracked so close he felt its heat against his cheek. But Cooke kept going. They reached the sand dune and their bodies collapsed together. The young soldier screamed in pain. Cooke lay there shaking, gasping, unable to tell where the noise ended and his heartbeat. Medics arrived moments later. Cooke never learned his name. He had to leave him where he was being attended. By late morning, British troops were pushing inland, through hedgerows, past smashed houses, under constant fire. Sword Beach lay behind them, still choked with smoke, wreckage, and the men who hadn't made it off the sand. Cooke crouched in a shell scrape, hands raw and trembling, uniform soaked and stiff with salt. His ears rang continuously, as if the sea were still inside his head. He felt hollow. Drained. Older. The fear was still there, but it no longer screamed. It sat quietly, patiently, waiting. Sword Beach did not make Ken Cooke a hero. It stripped him down to instinct and choice. And when the ramp dropped, when the sand offered nothing and the guns offered everything, he chose to move forward. Not because he felt brave, but because standing still was worse.